Mic check 1 2 1 2. Check. Check.
Just been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fireside. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bruh. Promise I'ma take it easy later on. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time.
Here we go.
Oh, oh.
What? There's no Elvis? Nothing going on? What? That's highly unusual. Surely we got to have a little Elvis.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with the Road Dog. My name is Lane. We're taking a look at the charts tonight. Shout out to everybody who's hanging out here with me. See Strake in the house, Haven in the house. A few lurkers out there not saying anything, and that's fine. I lurk a lot too. I'm a little introverted. Here I am on the Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart, and we're looking at our range because, well, this is kind of our last little step here of anything positive we can be looking for. If we're going by the theory that I've been playing here, my analysis, we can zoom out. We've got a rising channel with a trend line here that we retested, wicked below it a little bit, and possibly could still be reclaiming it and going to the upside, making this a little bear trap. We also got a little trend line here that I'm following. So far, so good. This scenario's still holding up, but as soon as this line is gone, lower low, I've got to change my thesis because, well, this side is possibly going to be invalidated. Well, that would not be good. If we lose both the bottom of this wick, which we've held magically so far, and this kind of orange trend line I got there, well, that's, if we break that, that's gonna, that's gonna make me have to look at this different and start looking at 54, 51, maybe even down to 47. There's a measure move, but just what I'm looking at now, there's also possibility that we'd still be coming up, and this kind of goes back to the other chart that we were just looking at right here. This could be a Wyckoff reaccumulation. Looks a lot like the distribution models where they're just selling out on you before they're reversing the whole trend. And that's what everybody's expecting, a reversal here that will just take us down to no, we're going back into a bear market. And just a lower lows and lower highs. But with Wyckoff theory, which so far is overlapping with my overall looks, that's why I'm kind of mushing these two together. You know, could this be the spring, or might there, oh gosh, man, if they come down and really pull a springy on us, might be a good idea just to pull that up. I'll go to old Google, because if you join the trading group, they'll tell you to Google it anyway. Or where are we Googling Google? That's weird. We're going to look at Wyckoff reaccumulation, and I can't even spell it. Why? I had this pulled up, but since I've lost it. So Wyckoff reaccumulation. This is it right here. This little guy. And now I am not a Wyckoff expert by any means. Now I'm familiar with the bottoms and the tops. The reaccumulation is the part that happens in the middle. Now we usually do look for a spring, and we're not seeing it over here. Now someone who's very good at this is Black Box Crypto, BLK Box Crypto. He is an actual Wyckoff trader. Now this is more what I'm looking for, a little springy to be coming into this. And for us pattern trading this as a range, you know, it's like a little bear trap that comes in, and we break back into the pattern, and then we start going back to the upside. That's kind of the basic. If you're going to dilute Wyckoff method down to an easy way to look at it, that's the easiest way that I can explain it. Now, technically, you know, this is a sequence of events, so we're not looking for price to do exactly what's going on here as a pattern. We're just looking within the range and break into the bear trap, and that gives us a sign that, hey, man, we may be going to the upside. So we might still be in an accumulation here. This might be the little spring that we've been looking for. May not yet be here. Is all I'm kind of saying here. But generally, we got either we're going to reclaim these areas that we lost, and things are going to start looking better. And this could be your old W shape right here. You know, we got a little belt line here. Come back up at 66.5. Come up there, rejected or even surpassing it. Either way, you know, it's better than continuing down. So any reversal we get here is going to be beneficial in my personal opinion. And the question is, are we going to get a reversal? And again, I think I've made my lines in the sand. I do not want to see this line on this particular chart. And same thing that I pointed out on the other one. I don't want to see these areas broken. If we make lower lows, then, well, I'm going to have to look at something. Now, if we do make a lower low by chance, the instinct is, oh my God, I'm either going to ride this out diamond handed, or we need to sell. Well, here's the thing. Now, if we make a lower low, a lot of retail will sell. Oh my God, I'm out. But you know, the smarter move is always remember there's a good chance for some retest, even if she comes way on down. So unless you're getting liquidated or leverage or something, there's a good chance it might be a retest that will bring you up to a higher high where you can de-risk, if that's the situation that we're kind of looking at. So when things go crazy, and you know, manage your risk, but I don't advise. I might keep your emotions in control until, you know, things kind of settle back down. Remember, every drop that we get a pump back to the upside every time. Anyway, to some level, to where you can like make smarter choices and smarter decisions. So if there's any kind of thing that I would advise to put out, crypto opinion advice to put out right now, that's what I would say. But overall, I've said this many times, you know, this is the great part in the market where they get everybody scared and the prices suddenly takes off. And we got some things going in our macro economy. You know, I mean, I know the world looks like it's going to hell in a handbasket, but that's also a great time to flee to something a little bit more secure. And Bitcoin is getting that reputation to be that secure asset, much like gold and silver. So we're seeing a lot more people coming over. And if we see more banks failing in the US and across the world, it's time for that to start up again, folks. And we're heading that direction. The whole reason that I do what I do here on YouTube and everything, I'm not out here shilling trying to sell courses or sell anything like that, is because, well, I just feel led to find the group of people that we resonate with, because, you know, I just, like I said, the world is going to hell in a handbasket, and Bitcoin, I really believe, is one of the things that will kind of save us from that. A lot of the other people are starting to see that more too lately. Even BitBoy's opening his eyes, having his eyes seen for that. We're headed in some very dire times, and this may be our only chance to have something to saving grace. Now you got all these rumors out there about the NSA doing it's a Trojan horse. Well, you know, whatever. It's the people's coin now. Whatever happened, it's the people's money, and it's decentralized, and it's the best thing that we've got for a monetary system out there. And I will still maintain that God said, let there be Bitcoin, and it was good. So regardless of how it's got here, it's under his control, baby. And I think it's our saving grace for all the negativity, all the control and freedoms that can be lost with the CBDC economy that's being ushered in against our will by non-elected bureaucrats, which some people call deep state. Could be. I mean, how else would you have it? Guys, if you got any kind of altcoins you want us to take a look at, let's throw them out there. Take a look at it. Throw them in the chat, and I want to take a look at Total 3 here just to see how much of an ass whooping we got today. So far, we are still holding this trend line. So, I mean, that's good. When we lose that, then we got a chance to drop, you know, maybe $100 billion in altcoins, and that would totally suck. We don't want to see that. The good thing that I can say, I'm looking at Total 3 right over here, this megaphone pattern, is that when they do break to the downside, it's usually not too bad. I mean, usually, you can come down to like one of the first top wicks, and your measured move would look something like that, or you can apply the multiplier that Thomas Bukowski suggests. It's about 50%, and it shortens. You know, they're not as bearish when they break to the downside, but they are a bearish pattern, and it would be enough to hurt us if we had to suffer through that. Others, right down here, right below this is another indices I'm looking at for altcoins, and you know, we're still headed to the downside there, but I do have to say, if we pull a Fibonacci from swing high to swing, I'm sorry, did that totally backwards. From swing low to our latest swing high in there, it's kind of hard to see, but it is suggesting that we might find a bounce where we are now, the 50% level, or even down further at the 618 area. That's at 11.19%. Of course, we got a little ladder rungs that we can still come down, but these are two of the first areas that we would actually look at for a reversal here, or maybe if not a reversal, a bounce that maybe we can at least come back to the upside to another point of resistance. And we might see something like that, and that might give us a little chance to take a little profit and position ourselves a little bit better with our altcoins. What I'm doing on my altcoins, I'm not jumping out there. I'm keeping my eye open, but when it comes to altcoins, I'm just maintaining my position, especially anything with leverage, because if you know, I've been working with a spot margin leverage, building some bags, increasing some bag sizes. So I'm managing that. I'll go over that in the membership streams that I'm going to try to do one tomorrow night, maybe tomorrow evening around 8 o'clock. It's kind of what I'm thinking. It's only when I feel comfortable kind of showing my account. My CoinEx, it's supposed to be my channel account, but I've kind of got it loaded up a little bit more that I feel comfortable sharing. But at least I'll go over the strategies and let's show you what I'm doing to hold myself down and how I plan to work it. And of course, everybody's got their own trading strategies. Just showing you what I do. If it's something that resonates with you, it resonates with you. If it's something like, nah, that's not for me, well, we just move on. Everybody's got a different style. We're looking at this Bitcoin pattern right up here. Now, you hear lots of different things. People looking at it, head and shoulders, this and that. We're looking at it as a triple top, which is very similar to a head and shoulders, just to be serious. Again, if you watch me on my channel, I do simplify this a lot down that we can just kind of step out and draw the bigger pattern, which is starting to look like a falling channel. That's the easiest way, in my personal opinion, to judge all this, trying to go here and dissect every little possible pattern you might see in between. It really depends on your bigger pattern overall. What's the bigger picture saying? So let's come here and we'll go back over to the pattern site, Bukowski, thepattern.com. This is your textbook if you want to learn how to trade, my personal opinion. Best source of information out there to help you get a handle on this market. We'll come over here to the index and I'm going to look up triple tops. It'll be easy. We'll go under the T's, go to the old triple. And I want to look at triple top busted pattern. Let's see what one looks like when they're busted. Maybe, well, if you're new and you haven't seen the triple tops before, we should probably take a look at it first, right? So it looks a lot like this. Here's one of the key things about it. To tell the difference between this and the head and shoulders, well, usually head and shoulders, your head is higher than everything, right? With these, the head can be lower than your shoulders. So you got the little weirdo, nerdy head and shoulder guy. You could call it something like that. Does it matter? Well, it's got a 50% price chance to meet its price target. So that means whatever measure move that you take there, apply that measurement, probably only going to meet half of that measure move. So the measure moves breaking to the upside or downside, or breaking to the downside, a little lackluster. So it's not going to be that bad. So what it says that if this is, and let's go back here, and he is taking the measure move from the top of the bottoms. Okay. So that would be taking this measure move from the top at top down to the lowy lows right there. And we're at half. Now we can eyeball it or we can get out our fib, but we're basically looking at if there's a measure move bringing us to the downside here. After it breaks the bottom level there, you could be looking at one that says about 52.6. So that would sucky. And here's one that really you came down and you topped out, really. Mr. Bukowski, I'm surprised. Pull back to the resistance area, the old neckline, if you will. Now I want to take a look at the busted ones. Let's see what a busted one. Busted ones mean, hey man, that wasn't top at all. It looked like it was going to top and then it went to the upside. I find that very interesting. That's what I'd like to see happen right now. Wouldn't you like to see that happen? Something like this where you get the little choppy top, you come down to the downside and then you blast to the upside. That's exactly what I want to see, and fits in with our Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern, and also fits in with my retest of my channel right here. So I'm really looking at the idea of a possible busted triple topper here. Like it can happen? Yeah, think it can happen? Need it to happen. That would be awesome for our portfolios at this point in the market. So here we are, Bitcoinio. And we're doing something very similar to what we were doing right over here in this area of the market. And the question is, we pull back and then we blast to the upside. Something I'm looking at there. Now the altcoins are suffering, sad to say. Bags are down. Having to go into maintenance, but there's some damn good juicy prices there. The question is, when do we pick them up? When's I got time to pick up these altcoins? If we start finding some turnarounds right here, well, that would mean right now soon, but we got to have a confirmed bounce here on total 3. We're not seeing that yet. Keep an eye over here on Bitcoin dominance, because the more it goes down, the more it helps our altcoins. And gosh darn it, shit just does not want to come down very much right now. Let's turn back to the chat over here. Got the right ones here. Nope, I sure don't. Lost my chat. See if we can go ahead and get some altcoin requests out here. We had Arrow, I remember that. Take a look at Arrow. Aerodrome Finance over on Binance. Oh crap, what'd I do? Wrong chart. Arrow's been coming down a little bit. A lot of people have been kind of nervous about this, and I mean, it's kind of normal for this to happen. I wouldn't freak out. But I mean, we got to run up and then we lost this pattern. So down and accumulation until we kind of gain our speed back again. It's usually how this works out. Not bad, not bad. And we got that area kind of already nailed out at 60 cents. Still a little measure move. Didn't quite make it down there from where I pulled. Well, right in the area. A little bit of confluence right there. Losing this little trend line there. One thing that I've noticed is a certain moving averages have been coming into play lately, especially on the smaller term time frames on a lot of these projects. I don't know how much access we have, and that's the we've lost the 800 on some of the smaller time frames, 800 moving average, 600 moving average. So we're definitely in a bearish zone right now. We've got to, but here's the cool thing, man. I mean, we've got a really good chance to come back up to those areas. Kind of price being kind of, I don't want to say pulled up, but well, I mean, yeah, basically. Because 800 candles ago, we were hanging over here real strong, and this is where our momentum really is here on this particular time frame. So might we see 60 cents and then start working? You know, any of that stuff could happen. Let's see what we can figure out as far as a good place to maybe find some support here for Arrow to maybe nibble in. And I'm going to add to my Arrow bags. Where's a good spot? Well, the area we're at right now, 95, 96 cents. And then again, that not holding, we might be looking 58, 57, 58, 60 cent area coming into play there. But we're right in our measure move territory right here, so a very good chance that we might find support here at the 618. Let's see if there's anything else that might be a little bit bearish. Let's check out our indicators here. See what our RSI looks like there. EO MACD might be turning around. Let's check her out on a higher time frame here. Ooh, baby. There's no signs yet on the daily, the 12-hour, really, that it's ready to take that. So we might actually see a bigger drop down to 60 cents. Not that it has to happen, but we just got to put that in on our plan. Right now, it looks like we may be coming back up, retest this 100 moving average area somewhere around 130, 134, or wherever this trend line might intersect with us. You might find resistance there around 128, something like that. And then we might come down and retest this area for a double bottom. That's what I would like to see happen rather than us breaking down through here. But if it doesn't happen, then I would be looking at 60 cents and then, you know, maybe something like that happening here. So Arrow, this is, in my personal opinion, 60 to the price that we're at now is a good place to nibble in and everything. Do keep in mind that, yeah, I mean, look at this. The things are bottom out. Our indicators are at a bottom area here, so we're not far from finding and confirming a bottom, and we may have to come back and retest these areas and retouch them again. But altcoins, you know, we saw this coming for a while. I wish I had played it a little bit better myself, and I guess we all can probably say that right now. But this 3618 reversal area, but it still doesn't mean that we have to go into a bearish trend, a big bearish trend. But we can just be going through a correction. So, and so far that idea seems to be in play from what I can see. So I'm not freaking out just yet. I'm just trying to watch my risk, and it is kind of a scary time right now. But if you're buying, I would just buy cautiously. If you're using leverage, I would batten down the hatchings, baby, or use your risk management as best as you can. Hey, there's Joe. How's it going, Joe? And Jamie Paycheck. How's it going? Mr. Miles? Mr. Miles says, why aren't we breathing moon area? It's the global elites trying to mess up our world. I blame it on the industrial military industrial complex. I think we blame a lot of the world's wrongs on that. Trade says, personally, I don't like Wyckoff. Keep it simple, support resistance. And that's that's how I do water it down with the channel. But it's some very interesting. Well, I mean that's really where a bulk of our market cycles, the markup, markdown, distribution, reaccumulation, all those series and stuff are coming from Wyckoff. But my first introduction to Wyckoff was at the top, and this is Crypto Savvy, this first one coming out and talking about it. And after that, the whole world was introduced to, or the whole crypto world was introduced to it. And now it's second language. But there are some YouTubers that was their trading style from the get-go, and I find it very interesting listening to them explain it. It's not what I use though, but I always like just keeping up with other styles. May not be what I use, but it's on the back burner, and it's there for confluence. And that's why you see me bring out, like this Elliott wave indicator, just to get a second opinion, see what they're thinking. And what is Elliott thinking? Elliott's saying we got a fifth wave coming down for an ABC correction. We hit our A, maybe coming up to, okay, well, that's kind of what we were hoping for over here too. And talking about is, I'm looking at this area, about one, and he's a lot more bullish.
Yeah, I'm ballin', yeah, I'm ballin', been ballin', yeah, I'm ballin'.
But I think the real secret is defining what works for you. And what works for me may not work for you. And you may actually hate it. So here we are, 12 hour, got the little green dot here. So market cipher, just so everyone knows, the green dots are good and they are strong. They usually mean that we'll get an update, but it's not. Some people view them as a buy signal. If you just blindly start jumping in every time you get a green dot, you're going to get wrecked. So there are people that use indicators, purely indicators as jump in, jump out. I think BitBoy is one. The high IQ, he follows it to jump in and jump out. And you can do that, and I've had to do that when I was programming bots before I actually learned how to draw trend lines and do all the other stuff. I was just doing my numbers and programming my bot from what I learned from the bot people. But I mean, you can just do indicators only, because that's where I learned a lot of cool little strategies like the stochastics and RSIs on the down lows, being one of the best times to get in. So there's some cool indicator strategies that bots use a lot, and I am privy to some of those. Probably need to get the bot going up here again, and we'll break down and see if it's updated. And because they just list out every strategy on there, man, every one, we can just break them all down. There's some good ones in there. The SMA strategies, that is cool. One thing I can say about the bot people, and they're basing the bots off of indicators. That's how they're trading, the majority of them. But There's lots of cool strategies that the bot people know about.
You never there, you got bad traits. Never excuses to cover ups. Learn from the losses and bad breaks. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score.
All right, looking for any coin request? No coin request? Okay, we'll talk about the ones I want to talk about. I should have. Nothing is really popping off. We're all just sitting here with our head between our knees, just hoping the plane doesn't crash, right? Take a look over here at Tokenmetrics, and this is what's hot and what's not. If you're looking for the trader coins over here, they're popping off. Well, I'll tell you that the trending ones, as soon as it loads up, Gearbox, Pixels, Bitcoin, and Ethereum are the hot ones. Your hot trader coins right now. I don't think this is set up right, are you? See if we can get the hottest ones list up here. Here we go. So these are the hottest ones with the hottest trader grade going on right now. A lot of these I've not heard of. These are some small ones, man. Siemens token, LP3, M&T, FTN, BIM. Man, I've not heard of any of these guys. Tree Capital, Popcat, there's one. Peppy, Robit, Takai, BNB's in here. So this is a good time just to look back and, you know, kind of evaluate how you've done over the past couple of months and see what you ask yourself question, you know, what would I do differently? Should I have taken more profit? Should I have paid a little bit more attention to certain signs? And it's a good time to just kind of reflect. And that way, when we recover and we come back into similar situations, we can make, you know, some smarter choices, wiser choices. And each cycle, we're all going through this as a learning experience. Even those that have been through cycles before, we're still learning something new. Every cycle is different, and new narratives coming out, new choices to make. And it's the biggest thing is just don't freak out. Don't get all sell happy. Don't get all leverage happy. If you don't get leverage happy, you don't get a sell happy or liquidated. Spot, you can still make a good fortune on spot. It is becoming harder though. All right, let's go talk about our altcoin news. Then we'll start pulling up some coin lists here and taking a look at some altcoins. Maybe some of the good ones that we can find on the low to add to a good, maybe a longer term holdback. Feel like I just lost myself. Did you lose yourself? Road Dog is no longer here. Road Dog. Oh, there I am. Wow. Well, today in crypto, what happened in the last 24 hours? According to Eleanor Tarrant, leveraged ETH futures ETFs are being discussed positively. Hong Kong BTC ETH ETFs. Alphabet Soup. Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs attract over 200 million on day one, and BlackRock's IBIT post 0 inflows for 4 days in a row. Something doesn't sound right, does it? CZ was sentenced to 4 months in prison. My respect to CZ, my man. Block Games announced the upcoming launch of its staking feature. Celsius burns 652 million Cell tokens, which represents approximately 94% of the total supply of Cell. Chiliz launched Dragon 8 hard fork on May 21st. It includes Tokenomics 2.0. Clearpool is coming to Berachain and has been deployed on Berachain's RTO testnet. Injected announced a major update for the injected burn auction. The first injected burn is set to happen tomorrow, worth $314,000. Netmind team has announced strategic updates related to staking and mining mechanisms. And Fire Dancer engineer Cantaloupe Peel announced that the first all-up test is coming soon for Solana. Sui announced a partnership with Google Cloud. And Viction will reveal details about Viction Worldwide Chain on May 2. Thanks for hanging out with me. And that is your altcoin daily news.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Sam says, I'm learning don't start with 30 coins. That's a lesson I've still not mastered yet. Jamie says, Bonk is kind of moving up. Well, what I understand, Bonk was doing better the last few days, right? Nice. Oh, nice. Let's get this price tag out of the way. We didn't come back there. Chance she might be revisiting the 200 moving average here. Might. 1961 might happen to get a bounce off that. That would be cool. That'd be retesting this breakout area. Sweet, because you usually get about 64% chance on a falling wedge to come back and retest the breakout area or the trend line. Breakout area is better. That's where we flagged out. Actually, and I'm here on the daily, but see where we got the little flag here when we got the little breakout? That's actually about 2065. That's really at this 50 moving average. That would be the first place I would look for, if we come down to find a bounce. Second place would be, right down here at 1976. So Bonk looks like she's doing something cool. Nice little rounded shape. We came back down and retested these areas in a falling wedge, break to the upside. Either way you look at it, I mean, there's a much bigger move that can be looked at. And I mean, it will take time, but it just gave us a 1-to-1, giving us a horizontal channel that eventually, you get a pattern, a double bottom, a cup, and however you want to look at it, we still get the same thing where we're coming up. That could give us an eventual measured move, 85.65. And this is way in the future. This is way off, but we do have that as soon as we confirm a breakout above this little area right over here. Now that'll be a while, but right now, what was it? That was 85.65 and we're at 23.38. So that's about a 4x. But right now, I'm just looking for it to bounce here and then possibly start working his way up to this little target up here at 31.11. I don't really, I can go from this wick and go right along here. And that does give me kind of this area 1836 that we could technically come down and might find a bounce there. That kind of identifies the channel that we might actually be in. Does a pretty good job, I think. Got to park this guy underneath here and on top of there. And it appears we got a little channel going there. So a lot of altcoins I see down and sideways a little bit. This one does not look bad at all to me. Mr. Miles says 99% of the time a coin getting a burn is really bad long-term news. It means that they're desperate or just trying to follow trends. I agree with that. My take is if you got to burn coins, that means you screwed up your tokenomics when you first started, so something's already off and you got to go back and fix it. So that's already, that already loses some points when we have to do that. But it's not horrible. I mean, it works for Binance. Binance does it well with their coin burns and everything, but yeah, I don't like it. And the ones that are burning all the coins are the ones that came out with too dang many coins. I'm getting kind of skeptical about a lot of projects right now because there is a lot of fluff out there, and it's so easy to just put out vaporware or a scam product, or maybe one that we're not going to be a scam, but we're going to try. Just may not try really, really hard. This trick is to start with 300 coins, and now you're talking. Jamie says 85 sounds amazing. On Bonk, it wasn't 0.85, it's 0.00008565, but yeah, that's a nice little bounce up. Bonk is actually, it's actually looking, it doesn't look, this wasn't great, but what it's doing now actually looks good. We got higher highs and looks like we're making higher lows, so that's exactly what we want to see to kind of confirm an uptrend. All right, so probably about a year ago, I got with they were using ChatGPT to come up with 100x coins and everything, and different ways to do it, and there was one section of people, whatever, they went through that, and they had it going over the fundamentals and checking out fundamentals and kind of narrowing down, and they gave me I got a little list of 10 coins that should be 100xers, and I've done this about a year ago. It might be kind of cool to kind of look over them. Some of them we've talked about, and let's just see how they've done over this past year. But the first one on the list is Serum, SRM, and let's take a we don't have to get too crazy on this. We can just go to a daily chart. It says, so from where are we now? April. Oh, good Lord. When did the chat GPT thing come out? Well, I can't say that this one is, she can do. Might she do 100x? Maybe, but she hasn't really made much progress since this list was put out. The next one was Dodo. How are you looking, Dodo? Dodo's not been doing too bad. It's got a nice little double bottom shape that's got to break above that line for anything to happen, but that's kind of cool. Because we can take, we can get a measure move just for this channel here. Kind of give us up to about 60 cents possible for Dodo, and we're sitting at 16. It's in the bottom end range. That's might be one. I like the chart. The bottoming of it. So this is a, an altcoin. Might want to do some research or due diligence on it, but I do like the double bottoms in the charts, and this is one that could possibly do some X's. So Dodo, interesting one to put on the list. Ferrum was another one. Let's see how this one's doing. Higher highs and higher lows, so can't complain there. I don't know, I couldn't quote you anything about this project, but looks like we're in a rising channel there. Zooming out though. Oh, come on. What could we be looking at? That's our accumulation. That would be a nice little target after she breaks out above that. Whenever that may or may not happen. Just 28 cents would be a good target. We're sitting at 5 cents now. If we were to come back down to this 4.3 cent area, ooh, that'd be a 5x going up there. This is like, remember, I'm on the big, huge ass chart. We're just kind of overlooking some coins, just kind of touching base with them to see what they look like overall. But still, overall, in the accumulation on this one, this is Ferrum. Telcoin, I've seen that one getting some popularity lately. Let's see how it's doing on KuCoin. Oh, yeah. All right, Telcoin looks interesting. This was a 100x pick by AI and analyzed also the fundamental analysis on it, including the teams and everything else. So we're just kind of revisiting these ideas, but that's interesting right there. So it looks to me like we're getting a retest of a channel, and then we could bounce. Possible. And kind of looks like we got a yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Probably a bounce here at 2.7. If we break back into the pattern, maybe at 1.34. I don't want to see that happen. Really. It's got a good chance to get a bounce here according to the daily. But that looks kind of interesting, Telcoin. I don't have any of this, but should I? You know, I didn't ever take a look over on here. Telcoin. Let's take a look at that. On the investor side. Valuation grade. Oh, you didn't give it to me. Technology grades 57%, fundamental grade 61, 59, right at 60% investor grade. I don't know about the valuation. Circulating supply is 77 billion with 100 billion total supply with a 201 million dollar market cap. Oh, tell me somebody needs a token burn. Right there you go. Burn them. Let's take a look at the Fibonacci here. So just from the get-go, I would need to see it get above here at 0.009, and we're at 0.002. So there's some X's just to get up to that point and get above it. Where we are now to a target that I would look for at 2.3 cents would be about 6x, but how long will it take to do that? Don't know. It does look promising that breaking out at least this area of accumulation, and if we take a fib from this swing high to that swing low, we should get that area and nailing it right now. Oh no, we're below it. We're below it right now. It sucks. It's going to hell in a handbasket unless it gets it back above us a 0.002946 area. Another one that was on that list was Parsec. PRQ. Oh, look at there. We looked at this recently. Okay. Nailed it. Measured move 24.3 cents. Yay. Join my free trading group. Alrighty, what we got going on here? Oh man, you didn't. The angle. Yeah, that's pretty much there. Can you? Can you touch that? Can you touch that line? Can you go to 10.5? I think you can. Unless you're trying to do this. But you lost it, so I think you're coming down here. Butterslick. Definitely in the accumulation zones. Nice little bottom going on here. Maybe one to put on your radar if you do a little. I guess we could at least get a score here, right? Kind of narrow down some of that research involved. Parsec's got 260 million circulating supply, 310 total supply, $32 million market cap. Small. It's investor grade. Ooh, Maybe. Valuation grade is 99.51%. Undervalued. Fundamental grade's at 60%. Technology grade kind of sucks at 26. What's up with that? I know nothing about this. Do your due diligence, but it's just one that they put out as a possible 100x coin. And if you haven't noticed, we're not there yet. Nowhere there yet. You would have to go to $10, man, to be a 100x coin on this. I don't know that I can see you going to $10, but hey. Ergo is another one on that list. I'm just going all the way down the list. That one's kind of sucking right now. You lost your support line. I do not have any of this, and I'm kind of happy right now that I don't. She did get up to 33 cents before she decided to drop down to 12 cents, so she did have a fun ride, man. She did have a fun ride. Anchor, which I have been in before, but not this run. And I kind of wish that I had, because she had some nice accumulation. There's been some news come out with Anchor. Oh, are you respecting the trend line by chance? Ooh, that's good. Break back into that. I'm going to be scared, but oh man. What? Are you triple topping on me here? What are you doing? Are you going to get some kind of funky head and shoulder? Ooh, they're looking scary. Biggest moving average, 200 and 150 are all up and to the right. So as scary as this one looks, and she's been above this trend line, she's still bullish at the moment. Breaking to this trend line, though, that could change. 2.5 cents, maybe, but man, you got to plow all the way through those moving averages, and you got a lot of stuff to fight through to get down there. I'm not quite seeing that. I would love to see a fake out here, but that doesn't mean that it's going to. Saul, where are you located, Saul? Yeah, you suck. Okay, I would. Clearly, this one has just not been getting it at all. Doc, which that one's done pretty well, I believe. That was on our list, and she's done a nice double bottom, coming back into our reaccumulation zone. Let's see, can we find that? That one's too steep. This one may get... Oh, don't know about that. Might have this. 2.5 cents would be a good place to get Doc. I like this myself. She got up to 5 cents and pulling back, 50% pullback so far. This one looks, I like this. And 8 cents looks like a nice almost just right under a dime. Looks like some good long-term targets on this. For anybody that is kind of accumulating it in the accumulation zone here, I like those targets. 8.1, 9.9. That would, if we can get 2.5 cents and get up there, that's 226%, 226%, almost 300% up to that area. So 2-3, almost 4x over time on that one. Not the 100x we're hoping for. Marlin, good old pond. Haven't looked at this one in a minute. How did she do? Oh wow, look, she's already all the way back at the bottom of her trend line, man. Might she bounce that? She might. She might wick down a little bit and come back into the pattern and just go crazy. That was a good run. Let's clean this chart up. Nailed it, whatever. So, kind of zoom out on this one a little bit. What is all this stuff? Let's just So Pond, I like that it's an accumulation, getting a nice little pullback, 50 moving average on the 5-day chart. So she's getting into some good buying territory. But let's say it comes back to that 100 moving average, about 1.3, 1.4 cents there. 264% just to come to 0.05, to come to a nickel. Got to get there and then break that to get out of accumulation, which that may be the next move we got, to come and test that and see if we can do it when we go back up. It doesn't mean it's going to go right back up. She's got some therapy to go through for a little while. But when she gets out of therapy and everything, it's got some good gains, even up to about an 8x, getting up to 11.7 cents. So Pond might be one worthwhile to put on the radar. Let's see how it's scored over here. Oh, Pond, Marlin. Time to make the donuts. Let's go to the investor grade over here. It's got a buy signal coming in. Pond, Marlin's got 8 billion circulating supply. That is total supply out there. $143 million market cap. All-time high is 32 cents, and this coming in at 1.78 cents right now. Valuation grade is 86% undervalued. Fundamental grade is nice, 68%. Technology grade 73%, much better than the last one we looked at. Investor grade, this one's nice. Maybe I should put this on a new list here. So we come down to, let's say, the 4 hour and see what's going on this little guy. What's some good areas to get into this if we decided to, because she's getting close, man. She's getting close. You come back down to 1.5 cents. Might have an opportunity to come down lower. I'm not really seeing it just yet, but it doesn't mean that it won't happen. I struggle to open doors to places that come to life if I step inside. I learn to cut the keys down. Got it locked, this demon stirring a pot with pretty faces and plots. So those are 2 areas we could hit as we come back in accumulation. And remember, it's not like we're going to bounce here and then go to the sky. It could probably reaccumulate and kind of round off a little bit here. No telling. But usually after we kind of break a little bit of a parabola, which is what we had going on there, it's usually down and reaccumulation down and sideways for a little bit. But these would be some great down and sideways areas to get that, in my personal opinion. Let's see, there's one more on my list and I can't see it. Oh. And this one is DBPN, which I have covered. And this one's done good for me because I did get into this one. And I don't know where she is right now. Oh my gosh. You took a hit. But we're talking about like getting in like these crazy prices down here though, right? This one's cool. I actually did this on Cosmos ecosystem, but look, man, 8x right there from getting in down here. This one's done some numbers. This one has a ton of coins, but it's got a real world use case for a VPN, and I've actually used the product myself. It does work. Could this be a head and shoulders? I'm saying no, because I don't have a neckline here. I just got a big head with a half an arm sticking. I don't know what this is, so no, I don't call that head and shoulders. So lots of people do, but I'm picky. Now, it's probably come down, but I'm still not calling it head and shoulders. It's just how I am.
I am number 1, not number 2. If I'm not the one, I'm uncomfortable. See the competition I've been running through.
Lost that little guy, and we're coming back to the 786 area. Very likely to hit this 86 area too. That's cool. Now, I do like this one, and the rewards on this are good if you stake it. And so if you do get a chance, like get this thing really cheap, like down here, this one's been, I mean, it doesn't seem like the gains that it makes just by going up has just been really, really nice. This would be a D-pin play, and it's been around for a long time, but D-pin is kind of uses your phone or your computer for the infrastructure, but that is the narrative. I don't know. Just something to put on your radar. It's been doing really good for me. Of course, I was lucky enough to get in at a relay bottom price. I played with this one before. And I stake a lot of the Cosmos ecosystem coins over there. I've been playing that system for lots of years now. So we might be in something like this, but I like that. DPN. So Pond looked good. Tailcoin, I think, looked good. Dodo, no, Dodo didn't look that great. Parse, gosh darn it. I'll have to go back over that list, but there was a few on that we covered that actually did look really nice. Check back with you guys over in the chat, man. What's going on? Fish Mouse says so many people overcomplicate it and try to write it up or down. And the buying rumor selling the news. I've been a bit surprised how effective that is. Hey, Extremely, how's it going? Did you guys hear about BitBoy Crypto launching a coin on Pulse chain called Bro? Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I've heard about that. Hey, I've got something over on the group here, the Telegram group or Telegram community. Let me throw the links to it in the chat. There is the Telegram group that has a bot that will do TA on any chart, and you can ask the bot questions. It's a TA bot. And then we got the chart room, which is this section here. It's just a maze. I put some videos over here. Where did I do that? Media resources. Yeah, I put a new channel over here, or a new topic over here. And then I've started loading it up full of some helpful audiobooks, like Master Swing Trading. Some really good things to help you with mindset. The Master Swing Trader, that's one. How to day trade for a living. Trading in the Zone. ICT Explain. Fibonacci Price, that's a good one. Yeah, go check that out. The 30-Day Challenge by Earl Nightingale. I like Earl Nightingale. Just some things over there that I've added. And then today, what did I put over there today? There was this video right here. This is interesting. Because you've heard me talk about the grifters and all that and it's not just crypto, and this one kind of explains that. But if you want to see how the gurus make their money, this video explains it very well. It's not my video, but somebody did it very well. They went more. It touches a little briefly on crypto. It's in one of the sections, but this is the same thing that I saw in real estate, and this is how the rich people. This is how your gurus get their guru status. But it is an interesting video. I thought I would post out there. I think most people can see through it, but apparently a lot of people don't, because that's who makes them rich. Hey, Sam. All right, guys, if you got any coins, throw them in the chart. I don't see any, so I'm just going to throw some out there. Maybe what you want to see, maybe what you don't want to see. ChatGPT should have spat out 10 meme coins and it would have nailed at least one of them for 100x. Us? I don't think anybody expected meme coins to do exactly what they did this time. Part of me wonders if it's by design. So the daily, we got a bunch of red, and on the hour, oh, we're picking up a little bit. Tia, Celestia. So let's talk about something. Celestia came out, man. Big airdrop, whatever. Hot new coin. All we talked about. Casper came out. Hot new coin. Nothing wrong with these, but have you noticed? I mean, and then you're also told, you know, when we get these big pullbacks, look and see what the strong coins are, because those are the one that you want to get into, so that when we go up. Have you ever noticed that when we go back up and then we have another pullback, it's a whole different set of coins? So there's some flaws there that we're not discussing in that strategy. I mean, true. It is so much narrative, man. This market is so much narrative, and when a coin comes out and you get the hype and it gets talked about, and then YouTubers start talking about it, and You get one YouTuber talking about it, well, then we get other YouTubers just talking about it because that's how it all spreads and everything, and the knowledge. But if you trace it back, man, there's also a lot of VCs back there just with that marketing, pushing that out there. And then months go by and you don't hear anything about it. What happened with TIA? Nobody's talking about it every day now. Everybody wanted it at $20, $17, $16. I mean, it was a hot thing, and now we're down here at $9.47 and nobody's talking about it. Caspa's up at 18 cents. It's down. Nobody's really talking a whole lot, pushing that narrative as much. There's a bunch of other, not just Caspa and Celestia, but I mean, just about anything out there. Especially the memes, but they get talked about, get hyped up, and yeah, and then they just slowly fade out. What happened to that? Oh, I forgot about that. They just keep your attention going from one to the other, and then you forget about what it is that you just bought in, hoping it'll go up, and then, oh man, how'd that thing get down so much? Well, there's lots of smoke and mirrors in this. It's just interesting. They do it so well, though, so well. Satoshi VM. Yeah, that one got me. I'm still got some of that. The way that was high. Oh, it's a great technology. And then, yeah, nobody talks about it at all. $9.38, $7.37 for TIA. Ooh, that was a juicy price. Bet you didn't think you're going to see those prices, and we're sitting here at $17. Like, no way, it'll never go back down there again. Never. Could have hit 614. That'd be cool. She's trying to get a bounce here. She might, I don't know. You can always say she might do it, but she also might not. But if you're playing a slow game, a dollar cost average strategy or something, these are some good nibble zones, in my opinion, anyway. I like that 748 area. You know, I'm kind of disappointed with it. I did not get the airdrop on this one. I missed it. I qualified, but I didn't collect it in time, so I missed it. And it was a nice one from what I hear. But I did end up buying some. Not so much down here at $2 when I should have. More around through here. Got it staked, and the staking is horrible because the rewards for staking are they're I mean, Injectives does it so much better. All these other things do so much better than this one. But you just don't hear very much about this anymore. I'm sure you will. But they do a very good job of selling these coins and narratives to us. Even those of us that have been in the game for a while, they still get to us. I'm not getting a good trend line here. But basically, if you're looking at this pattern wise, you know, you got a channel that's expanding. So we got a megaphone pattern that's coming to the downside, and this is really a bullish one. And what you want to look at for these is what we call a partial decline when it comes down to an area. Could be down here at the 786, might be here at this area, but she'll usually find an area that you can kind of double bottom on if you want to look at it that way. That it'll stop dipping, and then that means that's the first sign that it's getting ready to start breaking out. It's got a 70% chance to break to the upside, and just depending on how shallow or how steep that they are affects how well they break out. But usually you can kind of generally shoot for about where we started from, so it should take us up close to $20 area. Once it does do that, we can take a measure move and figure it out, but until we get a breakout, just kind of fly. Mr. Mouse says, I heard Caspa. Mr. Mouse says, I'm sold on Caspa Techs. That's why I went all into it. Oh, I like it. And I'm looking forward to the smart contracts and everything. Don't know when they'll do that. I hope they do it kind of soon. They can. Sam says, Tau going back to 240? Wow. There was some Tau FUD that came out, and then they kind of got away from it, and it started being the hot coin again. Ooh, did you hit my target? Look at you Tau. Are you bouncing off my target? Probably, because that's what I tried to do, is find places to bounce. Or can you still go lower? Yeah. Ass, man, you broke that trend line, dude. I told you not to do that. Tau, you're not listening, baby. You're not listening. Tau. Tau, baby. We got this line in the sand right here. That means you shall not pass. Don't go past this line. It's high voltage over here. You might get fried, and definitely fried my portfolio if you keep coming down. I need you to kind of do a 180 and look back where you came from. That's where you need to go. The direction you're headed into right now is not pretty. It's not good. It's not where you want to go, baby. I know the devil's in on this. I knew she had to be in on this. The 200 trying to cross over Lucy. Oh my gosh, we lost Tau to the dark side for a little bit. She's going to do a steeper recovery here. Oh, you suck. Why? All right, so the cool things we got going for us is 800, 600, 360. We still got the bigger moving averages up and to the right, so momentum is at the upside. Ooh, 200 though, man. I'm kind of, Tau. I don't like this trend line being broken, man. I don't. You need to turn yourself around, Tau. I want to see a bear trap and come back in this trend line and just pump us, baby, pump us to 1,000. Because right now you're looking at coming down to, yeah, like what he said, 228 or something. That would suck. Don't suck, Tau. We're doing good. Don't suck. Say no. Well, okay, so Tau, we don't see a bullish comeback here, which we may not. Don't want to race anything yet. Let's see what we can figure out. I looked at this area before. Well, if we do keep coming down, that's the first area we want to look at. It's 282. And we got bottoms down here at 200. And this area right here, close to what you were saying about, I got about 238 down at these bottoms and this breakout of this trend line. Those areas might also be retested there. If we can't break back into the pattern, which is what I would like to see, but if we can, then yeah, we get some cheaper Tau. Sucks. But that's what happens in crypto at this point in the game. You either take profits when things are high and pay yourself and get ready for these big pullbacks, or you just kind of say, nah, I'll just hang in there, man. I think it's still gonna go up. We're just riding diamond hands, baby, diamond hands. Well, if you diamond hand it, well, this is when you start questioning your diamond handed theories. Man, I could do so much better if I just took a little bit more profit up here. But, you know, maybe that wasn't your strategy. But maybe it will be. Who knows? Jamie says, how about AI tech suckers sinking today? got mixed feelings, but I don't know a whole lot about it, but well, that's not bad. I mean, 800, 600, and 3. So our biggest moving averages, they're still good. And that's what the bulk of the momentum is. Looks like we're retesting the 800 on the 4. That's a big move, man. You normally don't see the 800 come involved very often on the bigger time frames like this. You just don't. And if you do, well, you know that you're bearish, or you're at a scary spot, because testing the 800 moving average on any of these time frames, that's a big deal. That's like, you don't want to lose that one. But if we were to lose it, there would be a chance that we would wick back up and regain it just because of the other moving averages up and to the right. So we do have that going for us, but man, you lost a trend line, and that, no, you haven't. Oh, good. There's our saving grace right here, man. If we can hold that trend line, whoo, maybe getting out of this by the skin of our teeth at 15 cents. So does that mean this is a good time to buy it? Well, if the trend line holds, I guess eventually you'd look back and say, oh, we should have bought it at that bounce. But right now we're not seeing that bounce just yet. So if you take that idea and she decides to come on down to this trend line, it could get nasty, and you'd be like, you suck, road dog. And I'm like, no, man, I said, you know, it could break through. Don't do it. Gotta wait. The smartest traders wait for a confirmed bounce, and then I know, right. The DJ to me would be like, oh, we got a bounce here. We're above the 9. Let's jump in. Hey, sometimes I do. I admit that. That's part of my strategy. That's one of my triggers. But it depends on what time frame it's happening on and when I'm doing it. And then, you know, your more conservative traders will be looking for a price to come up to, like, say, this area. And if it makes a higher high there, retest, well, that's a buy. Now we know that we're a little bit more likely to come up and start making more higher highs. And for an even more conservative trader, that might be their entry. So you're not nailing exactly that awesome cheap price doing it that way, but you are getting in on a safer trend, meaning whereas people who buy front run it like I do sometimes find the thing starting to go to the negative, at least if you do it the safer way, the patient way, the correct traditional classical way, you buy in, you're more likely to keep going in the green because you're buying the trend here. You waited for confirmation that the trend is up. And that's, but let's be honest, if you're in crypto, you're probably a little degen anyway. You're probably jumping in a little early or doing some risky behavior. And if you acknowledge it, track it, and, you know, control it, it can be a good learning experience. But so could the discipline of trying to do things by the book. Everybody's different. You got to find what works for you. It's the easiest way I can explain it. Looking for a possible retest up here could be bearish, and if it's bearish, that means we go down. I don't like that. That's the warning that I've got for it. It needs to break up above this before we can see anything good. If it does, this is a bearish or a bullish pattern. Anything slanting to the downside is usually good. And if we can break back into it, it's a chance you can break to the upside there. But usually, especially the way this market's looking right now, 16.3 cents might be a rejection area, especially if Lucy's in this picture here. And that's on the 15, though. So to put it, the smaller term time frames are saying, yeah, we can still break right on through this trend line. So we don't have a confirmation just yet. So if you buy here, cool. If you got a stop loss breaking the trend line, then you're probably good. That's the only way that I would play it. And that's my risk management style. I would rather get in at the high or at the lowest risk, because I can put a really tight stop loss here, because I know if I start breaking past this trend line, well, this trade setup's probably invalidated. Cut my losses real quick, not take a big loss. But if she goes on, man, I got a cool ass risk reward ratio. But not everybody looks at it that way. We're just like snowflakes. We're all special and different.
De la calle me quito, billones de la calle me quito, lo puedes imaginar y lo necesito. Billones de la calle me quito, de la calle me quito, billones de la calle.
Also, this sucks, but the war between Palestine and Israel directly affects Casper development because their devs are mainly in Israel. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's interesting. Wow. Okay. Jeep is looking really juicy. Let's take a look at Jupiter. Jupiter. Man, why have I got so much crap on my screen? Zoom out. Oh, man. Dang, man. I'm not seeing it yet. I'm really not. I'm trying to, but I'm not seeing it. It looks like scary to me. I'm just going to say. We lost the trend line and the 9-moving average is being rejected by the 21. I see 75 cents coming back into the picture. Or that area. That's on the daily. Let's see what the 4-hour looks like. Below the 9 on the 4-hour. I don't like losing that trend line. We had our first warning right here when it wicked through that weakened it. Then another weakened it, regained it, and then, yeah. Well, then she lost it. That's not really solid. It's got some other stuff going. Well, maybe. Just respecting that. Good old Jupiter. Let's see, the 1 hour. She's trying to do something. Now, the 1 hour might come back up and regain her at 96 cents, something like that. Retest these areas under here. But there's some crosses on these moving averages that are just bearish at the moment. So I'm not seeing a turnaround any time. It looks like altcoins are going to be bleeding sideways and down for a little bit. And now I got to go back to total 3. And I kind of want to go to 4-hour. Yeah, there's Lucy. 800, the 666, 300. Okay, so again, on total 3 on the 4-hour, the momentum is still up and to the right. We still got that. I mean, there's some bearish crosses here over the 360 moving average. That's not great, but you know, it's not. All right, so when I do this channel, there is a middle ground in this channel, and that might be where we find support if we're sticking by my theory. If you're doing the Wyckoff reaccumulation theory, then you know we're still good in that too. But this halfway area right here, and I'm eyeballing it. I could get out of several different ways I could do this, a fib line or anything, but and let's paint that a color we can see there and lock her in. So if we're going to wick into my channel and not come down to the bottom of it, finding support on the halfway can happen. I don't like it, but I mean, we can see that. I'm really looking for, I've got to see price get back above this trend line for my scenario to play out that I'm looking for. If I'm doing a trade setup or doing a plan, that's what I'm looking for. And we still got that possibility, but we got the 666 moving average, which is relative, and you back tested, it does weirdly show up at the right places. And it's over the 800, so that's positive. The 300, we got some upward momentum and a good chance that we can just get a bounce off this area that we've hopefully already bounced off of. But man, don't you put me in some shaky areas here. The devil's in on this, I'm telling you. And we come to the 1 hour and we see that the devil is being resistance. She's being support and resistance. She's railroading us is what she's doing. So at this point in time, I wouldn't expect more than 230 trillion. So total 3 market cap. We are trying to regain. Are you trying to regain the 9 moving average here on this time frame? It's got a cross. There might be some bullish signs here for a little move, but I don't see a great move coming. I just see going up and then coming back down a little bit. So altcoins still suffering, and we just got to find a plan to make it work for us, because eventually they will catch. We will go to bottom and we'll start turning around. It just always sucks when we have to go through it, and then we got to figure out, well, we're going to do the short term, just like, is this like a week or two, or is this going to be like over a period of 6 to 8 weeks, like the sell in May, walk away kind of thing? This is going to drag on through July, August, September before we start seeing a turnaround, and it could. It can get really boring during the summers in crypto. So, and it sucks, and that's when you start wishing, well, I wish I'd paid myself more when things were up high. And so congratulations if you did, and if you haven't, man, we just, you know, if you're stuck writing it down, I mean, it's okay. Your dogs are here with you. We've been there before. And point out the signs to kind of watch out for, but there might be a little writing down, especially if you're on spot. But if you're on leverage, man, be careful. Be careful, because they will be coming for you. That's the whole thing that they're trying to do right now. My personal opinion is wipe out a lot of the leverage plays. Maybe juicy ain't the right word. Well, guys, it is 12:27. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I will be back again tomorrow night, and going to try to. Tomorrow is Wednesday, if I'm looking at my phone right. Oh crap! Today's Wednesday. No, today it's 12 o'clock. Yeah. So I'm going to try to do members only stream. I'm going to try to shoot for 8 o'clock. No promises, but that is what I'm trying to do. And I'll put all that stuff together, going over the portfolio and then going over some strategies and things like that. Just a little something extra for my members out there. I appreciate your support. Trade carefully, trade wisely. We'll take one more last look at Bitcoin as we normally do. We're at 60,126. That's better than 59.3 where we were. That's a good sign in my personal opinion. Getting a nice little bouncy bounce off of this bounce area. That could be good. It just made a lower low though, so it's not solid yet. But I would love to see us come back up and retest these areas. 62.2. We might. I would love to see a bear trap, get back in this trend line and just go to the moon. I'm not seeing that happening so far yet. Trade carefully, trade wisely, be patient. Life-changing money is out there. We just don't want to make any stupid mistakes, any sudden panic decisions like, oh my God, I gotta sell now, or oh, this looks like a juicy place just to jump in and throw it all in and buy. Little by little, man, nibbles by nibbles seems to be what works in this time of the market, man. Don't overdo it. Play it slow and easy. See you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for hanging out.
Come on, come here, boy.
Good night, John boy.